Have you ever been stranded with a dead battery or a low tire? Then stay tuned because I'll show you what you can do about it. Welcome back. Today we got something exciting for you. We've got one of my Christmas presents that I got. It's the Stanley 1000 peak amp jump starter right here. And I know you've seen probably a lot of these out everywhere where people are starting to use these. These are becoming real popular now. These jump boxes, and they're actually really quite handy and quite useful. The main reason why I got this is because we're starting a business. For all my subscribers, if you listen along and stay along. In fact, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take time to go ahead and subscribe. All right. Anyway, while we do a lot of traveling for our business, we thought it would be good to get one of these jump boxes because you never know when you might get stranded. That is one of the big reasons why I got one. They're very inexpensive and they're very helpful, especially when you're broke down on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. Because that's usually what happens. Knowing me, knowing my luck, I'll be in the middle of nowhere and there'll be no one to jump me off, or if I have a low tire, this thing comes in with a built-in air compressor. Pretty cool, pretty sweet. Not only can it jump your car, but it can air up your tire. Now, if you got a super flat, you're just not going to air it up. But if it's just a little low, like your little tire pressure, little warning light comes on, this will air it up just enough for you to get home safely. All right. So let's talk about some of the good things why I bought this. I got this for, my brother bought this for me on Amazon for $59.99 during the Christmas holidays. They seem to have sales on these things during the holidays. For some reason, normally if you watch them on Amazon, they jump up to $75 or $99. So when you go look on Amazon and you see this, just save it in your cart, and eventually the price will drop to 59 bucks. All right, I've had one in my box for about a year, or about 8 months to a year. And I watched the price jump up and down, and I noticed right around the holidays, or where buying was going to be heavy, they lowered the price down to 59 bucks, which makes this a really great buy because it gives it a leg up on the Harbor Freight version one. I think they're only 900 peaks cranking amps or whatever, so this is 1,000 for the same price, and it can do a little bit more, in my opinion, and it's worth the money, honestly. Worth the money, every penny of it. I've seen this thing in action. My uncle owns one. He's jumped off a few of my mom's car once with it, had no problem. So this thing's a real handy tool, and I actually carry this thing in our toolbox. If you remember our previous video about the toolbox review, I can actually keep this in my toolbox and it goes everywhere I go. Okay, let's take a little close-up on this thing so you guys can get a good feel for it. Now let's go over some of the outside features of it. First off, I like this. It comes with a flashlight. Pretty sweet, huh? Yeah. Pretty good, and it swivels, so it's got a little bit of swivel room. Turns right off. Pretty good. It also comes with a battery indicator. As you can see, mine is fully charged. Now you'll have to charge this whenever you get it. It will be about roughly half charged or almost empty. In fact, they give you a tag here that says, hey, warning, you must charge immediately upon purchase. First thing you must do. All right, this right here is your switch. So when you're ready to jump it, you just flip it to the on switch, and then it should charge up the battery enough where you can jump it off. All right, and plus it's got a cool little indicator light here for reverse polarity. Pretty good. Another feature that I liked is that it can do your USB, so you can charge up your cell phone, or you can use a cigarette lighter charger. And all you do is click this button right here, and you can see the light comes on for the USB. Then all these have power. Then you can just shut it off. So you can leave everything, if you want, you can leave the stuff connected, but shut power off to it. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty good. Now let's talk about these leads here on the side. Now they're pretty long. Now I think I probably would have liked them a little tad longer. Let's see if I can get them out. There we go. They're about, a little around 4 feet. Let's see if you guys can see about all that. So they got a pretty good little ways distance. I would have liked them to see them a little bit taller. A little, I mean, not taller, longer, yeah. A little longer would have been nicer, but this is not too bad. This works for our purposes, and then it just rolls back up neatly. See if I can do this all with one hand. And I went the wrong direction now, did I? Yep, I sure did. Look at that. You guys try doing this with one hand. And then voila. And then it clamps right back down. Bing. All right. Now let's talk. Let's talk about this real fast. This is actually where you charge it. All right. Now this is one of the disappointing things that I have to say. It did not come with a charge cord. All right. I don't know why they didn't include it, like a 4-foot cord or something, but you could have just easily mounted it somewhere or just had it pull out and charge or whatever. But you have to use an extension cord. And in the book, they do give you the certain gauge size for whatever. So there's let's see if I can look for it real fast. In fact, there, I think you can see it. You can see minimum gauge size sets for cords. All right, so what size you need and everything, because you need to have the proper gauge wire or extension cord or whatever to charge this up so it will not overheat. All right, so you can't use a little winky dinky cord. You've got to use a little bit thicker cord. Also, if you also read the instructions, which I can't believe I actually did, but this time I read the instructions just because I felt it was important. You can only charge this thing up for about 6 hours at a time. 6 hours, it's completely full. You cannot do any longer than 6 hours, or it will shorten your battery lifespan. And you can read it too in that book if you don't believe me. But it says in there. So if you're one of those guys that charges these things overnight, and it's going to sit for about 8 or 9 hours like I did the first day because I didn't read the instructions, just be warned that it'll shorten your battery lifespan. Now the good thing is I think you could take these off and you can change the battery out whenever it comes time. So you can use this for a long time. Now I'm going to talk about the compressor real fast. Now this thing's pretty cool. Now I always have compressors in my vehicles. I actually have one of those cigarette adapter compressors that's in my diesel here and in my in the Mustang. I have one, and they have come in handy. In fact, I had it in my Kia before that, and it's come quite in handy whenever I had a low tire or something got low all of a sudden. It happens. You know, if you don't check your tires every day. I mean, I don't check my tires every day, mainly before I go on a trip. That's about the only time I really check them nowadays. Now if it looks a little low, I'll check it, but if it's a little bit off, it's not noticeable, I usually don't check them 90% of the time. Only when I need to, really. But this thing's pretty cool. It goes up to 120 psi. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. 120 psi. The cord is, let's see if I can get the cord out. I don't think I've gotten the cord out yet, but it's pretty long, so it screws on. So that is cool. Screws on and airs up. Now this compressor, now you can find this all in the instructions what I'm telling you here, but the compressor can only be run for about 10 minutes before it's got an auto shut off before it overheats. All right, so if it goes for 10 minutes straight, it's got an auto shut off, if I remember reading that right in the book. So just be warned. So what good is this thing if you lose the compressor on it, right? In fact, it even sounds pretty good. Yeah, this thing does pretty good. It's got some pretty good power to it of air, so this thing will air it up real fast. Now, like I said earlier in the video, this thing won't do a dead flat, or it may, but you may be there a while. This is mainly for those tires that are just, 10, 15 pounds low, and you need to add some air in it quick so you can get moving along. And I really recommend having one of these in your car, really, because it makes it good, useful. You don't have to wait on somebody to come help you. You can get out of a tight jam if you need to, real easy. So I think it's well worth the money. And I have some bigger ones than this. I thought this one would suit my needs. Now I don't know if this would crank over my diesel or not, if I ever had to. It would probably kill whatever battery life it had in there to try to start this bad boy over. It may do it, I don't know. I did not see anything in the book where it said it couldn't, but it said it would do most V8 engines and anything below. My diesel here is the Cummins 6-cylinder, which I still think it probably wouldn't do it, but if I'm in an emergency and I have it, by means, I'll give it a shot, I guess. But I would do some more research into that before I hook this up to a diesel to see if it would start it. Now, if any of you have been successful with that, please let me know, so that way I don't have to keep searching and see if it will do it. or not. So just let me know in the comments below, and I'd like to know. That would be great. All right, I think we've covered everything on this box. There's really not else to say about it. I love the price tag. I love it's got the 1,000 amps. Good magic number right there. And it's got an air compressor built into it. 59 bucks, cannot beat it. Honestly, I mean, it's a good price. They, like I said, they got 1,700, they got 2,000, they got all kinds of these, but this one suits my needs. It fits most of my vehicles that I will ever need to jump off. I mean, tractors, motorcycles, cars, you know. So it will do anything I need it to do. And honestly, I like it because it's not too terribly heavy. I can pick it up with one hand real easy. I think it's about a good 15-20 pounds. I'm not really quite sure on the weight, but it's not too heavy, so it's easy enough to carry around, you know, and walk around with it for a little bit. So that's good. All right, guys, I think that is everything I have gone over about this jump starter. It's a great tool. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video and give you guys my final thoughts. Well, there you go. That is my review on the Stanley jump box right there. As you can see, I'm pretty well happy with it. If we ever have any trouble with this thing in the near future, you'll see an update video on that, guaranteed, like I do on all my products that I review here, because I want to keep you guys informed of these tools and see how they hold up with my abuse. So that's why I go through this. So that way this will help you determine if you want to buy this or not. But so far I'm well pleased. For 59 bucks, I'm well happy with it too. So guys, that is about everything I can think of for the jump box right off the hand of seeing this thing in action and, you know, owning one now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, it helped you out in your little thing, whatever you wanted to decide what to do. So guys, we're going to end this video here, and we will see you guys next time. So stay safe out there.